This past year, our experience with COVID has changed the church landscape significantly. Throughout this series, we are going to look at the book of Acts and it being a blueprint in what it means to have intentional church life and growth experience in this post-pandemic era. In this chapter, we are going to look at what it means to create a home. We are surrounded by people that feel as if they've never belonged anywhere. They are people who are trying to carve out meaning amid the meaningless. The first lesson that we must learn in order to create a home for people is that there is a significant difference between creating a home and merely allocating space. Tolerance seems to be the new social buzzword these past few years. When you browse through social media, you can find a wide variety of meanings for the word tolerance. One is tolerance. You don't agree, but you listen and respect the opinion of others. Or another one, by Robert Greene Ingersoll. He defines it as tolerance is giving to every other human being every right that you claim for yourself. Lastly, the Assembly on Tolerance organization defines it as being open-minded, being respectful, being accepting, and understanding that everyone is equal. These are all amazing definitions. However, when you turn to Webster, Webster defines the word tolerance as putting up with something. The culture is trying to reframe what the word tolerance means and making it appear more loving than the word actually does mean. When we strip this word down to its base meaning, putting up with, we as Christians should reject associating this word with people. Jesus never intended for the church to put up with people. Regardless of how this world seeks to frame the definition of this word, the church is called to move beyond tolerance and embrace genuine love and inclusion. Here is where the fruit of the Spirit is vital. It is the fruit that is produced from the maturing of our faith that enables us to love when we couldn't, set disagreements aside in order to stay united, and forgive when it isn't deserved. This is what it means to create a home. When we are unable to extend Christian love, when we can't set disagreements aside for the mission of the gospel of Jesus Christ, or when we are not willing to extend forgiveness to others, then our hearts have hardened to a point where there can only be allocated space instead of an offer of a home. This is when we begin embracing Webster's definition of tolerance, putting up with someone inside the walls of our church. If we are going to be the church that impacts the lives of others, then we must not reach a point where our hearts harden and all we can offer each other is allocated space. We all crave a home, a place where we are safe, valued, and able to contribute. This week we're going to explore how our hearts determine if we have a church that is a home or merely allocated space for the people that God calls to our doors.